Um, yeah, we should be good. All right. So just a little bit about myself. My name is Kara Morrow. I have been a travel agent since October of 2021. I'm from Central Indiana and I am a former teacher. I'm a mom to three very active boys. I have a 16-year-old, a 12-year-old, and an 8-year-old. And when their schedules allow us to, we do love to travel and explore new destinations, but it really does depend on their schedule. And I'm just very, very passionate about being a travel agent and helping others succeed in this business. So what we'll be covering today is how to make money booking travel. We're going to talk about how to earn an extra income and how to start a flexible business. We're also going to talk about the perks of being a travel advisor. Whenever I say perks, think about like your free trips and discounts, things to that extent. We're going to talk about how to turn your passion for travel into an income and how you can work from anywhere on your own schedule. And that was a huge one for me. I wanted to be able to work whenever I wanted to work. Whenever my kids were home from school, I wanted to be able to be at home from school with them or home with them, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Um, so that is kind of like why I really love this and the flexibility of it. And as long as you have a steady Wi-Fi, you can totally book travel from anywhere. And most of us have these right here, right? Most of us have smartphones. You can totally book travel straight from your smartphone. So let's go ahead, let's dive in and explore how this opportunity can work for you. So a lot of people think that travel advisors, all we can do is book our hotels, resorts, flights, car rentals, cruises, and that's about it. But there's so much more that a travel advisor can book because whenever people are visiting these different locations, they want to explore the location, right? They want to get out. So maybe they want to go on a catamaran or they want to go swimming with the dolphins. We can book any kind of activity or tour for our clients. Maybe they are in Florida and they want to go to the major theme parks like Disney, Universal, SeaWorld. We can book any major theme park. Also, if they are in New York and they want to see a Broadway show, we can book any kind of show or concert. And we also have the availability to book any kind of sports package. So whether it be pro sports or college sports, we can book those sports packages for our clients. We're kind of a one-stop shop for our clients' needs. No matter what they want to do, we can book it for them. Now, there are a lot of different ways that we can book travel as travel advisors. And being a travel advisor, it is a commission-based career, okay? We are not paid salary or hourly or anything like that. But one way that we can book is actually by using wholesale. Now, we've all been to a BJ's, Costco, Sam's Club, and we all kind of know the difference between wholesale and retail, correct? All right. So, that's kind of how this works, okay? It is the bottom dollar that something can be sold, but it has no commission in it, which means that we actually get to create our own commission. Now, we work with a host agency that actually has designed a website, a wholesale website just for us. No other host agency has this website. And that website is actually called Evo Plus. So whenever we go into Evo Plus, we have all of these different wholesale bookings that we can make, which means then that we can do our own instant commissions. So let's just play around here and I'm going to show you kind of how an instant commission can work. Let's just say you have a client and they want to go to the Venetian Resort in Las Vegas. They want to stay for 5 nights in a king room. They go to an OTA, an online travel agency like Expedia. And whenever they go, they can find the room for $2,377.01. It's a little bit more money than what they actually want to spend. So they go ahead, they give you a call and they give you the dates, the room, everything. Okay. So you head over to Evo Plus, the wholesale booking engine, and you put in exactly what they said, okay? Because we want to compare apples to apples here. So whenever you put everything in exactly the same, you actually find it for $1,020.38. Now remember, I said there's no commission in that price. So you don't really want to give them that price because you would be making nothing. So we're going to make our own instant commission here. The way that we do that is we usually find the difference of what we can find on Evo Plus and what someone can find on Expedia. So for instance here, it's roughly around $1,400. Now, I'm going to take that $1,400 and I'm going to split it in half. Half just seems like a good number for me. So we're going to make it 700 and I'm going to add 700 onto the booking. So whenever I call the clients, I'm going to say, hey, I actually found it for $1,720.38. They're going to be really excited because that's saving them $656.63. Now, you can add whatever you want to it. If you only wanted to add 200 or 400, or maybe you wanted to go 800, you could do that, okay? It's completely up to you. Rule of thumb, though, is that you don't want to exceed what they can obviously find on Expedia because your clients would go and book with Expedia then. Okay. But this is just one example of how instant commissions can work and how you can put money in your pocket right away. Now, we can do instant commissions with a lot of different things. You can do it with your hotels and your resorts, obviously, but you can also do it with car rentals, flights, theme park tickets, concert tickets, sports tickets, all of that. Okay. But instant commissions is a great way to definitely put money in your pocket right whenever you book whatever your clients want. Okay. All right. So, as I stated before, our host agency was actually the one that created Evo Plus for us, this wholesale website. Now, we are very, very proud to say that we work with one of the best host agencies out there, and that is actually Archer Travel Group. Now, Archer Travel Group is a family-owned business, and they've been in business since 1952. They were actually founded by Cliff and Lola Archer in a Greyhound bus station, and since then they have passed the business on to their son, Ron Archer. Now, this is just some of our staff that is at our La Crescenta, California location, our brick and mortar. And this gentleman right here in the middle with the gray hair and gray beard, that is actually Ron Archer. Now, we do have other brick and mortars. We have, obviously, like I said, the one in La Crescenta, California, but then we have one right outside of Las Vegas, one in Mexico, one in Australia, another one in Great Britain, and then we have one in Spain. So we are worldwide. But as your host agency, Archer is going to give you access to a variety of major vendors. They're going to give you tons of training and ongoing support. And they're really just a trusted name in the industry right there to back your business 100%. Now, whenever we book our travel with any kind of supplier, we always use Archer's licensing numbers, okay? This is kind of how a supplier knows, hey, we don't get to keep that commission. We have to give it to this agency, okay? And their licensing numbers are actually called an IATA number. And IATA stands for International Air Transport Association, and it's attached to the organization IATAN, which is International Airlines Travel Agent Network. Okay. But we do have hundreds of suppliers that we can work with. And this is basically another way for us to book travel instead of doing wholesale, where we get to create our own commission. Here we get to use these suppliers where the commission is already set and it's inside the booking, okay? But we work with huge names like Carnival, Disney, Sandals, Expedia, Marriott, Royal Caribbean, Virgin Voyages. That's just to name a few, okay? But with Archer Travel, we actually get the highest commission payouts in the industry. Now, I did a lot of research before I became a travel agent. I looked at a lot of different host agencies and things like that. And I saw that some host agencies, they would pay out 50% commission, or some 70% commission, or 80%. Some you started at 50% and you had to work your way up to 80%. But with Archer Travel, from day one, anytime that you use a supplier, you get 80% of that commission, okay, with every single booking. There's also zero quotas and there's no commission caps. So if you have a bad month and maybe you only sell $10,000 worth of travel, that's okay. No one's going to be over your shoulder saying, hey, you need to book more, okay? But on the flip side, if you have a really great month and say you book a group cruise and you're going to take home $8,000, cool, you totally get that $8,000, okay? Now, anytime that we do book with suppliers, we do have to wait until after our client travels, okay? We usually have to wait 45 to 60 days after our client travels in order to get paid the commission. The reason for that is because your clients have up until the day that they depart to cancel their trip. So if if, you know, the supplier would pay Archer Travel and then Archer Travel would give you your 80% before the client travels, and then your client would come to you and say, hey, I want to cancel my trip. If they did it the other way, you would have to pay back that commission. And I don't know about you, but once I have money, especially around a holiday or a birthday or anything like that, I'm probably using it. So it's actually a really good thing, and it's a safety net that they actually pay us after the client travels. Okay. But with Archer's licensing and support, you're all set up for success. You have everything that you need to become a licensed travel agent. Now, how do we gain clients? The nice part is there's no cold calling. There's no spam. We just use proven systems and strategies. Okay. We have a lot of marketing training for you. But what we like to do is actually put our top travel bookers in front of you so you can learn from them, implement what they have done in order to have those clients find them, and how to retain those clients and have them keep coming back to you. Okay, they always say copy the right cat. And so that's what we want you to do. We want you to copy the right cat and really put your, follow what they're doing in order for those clients to find you. Now, there's a lot of different ways for us to market our businesses, okay? Social media is wonderful. It's completely free, and it's going to make your clientele more worldwide, okay, rather than just in your little community. If you love social media, awesome. Keep doing it, post in different social media. Maybe you're like me, and at the very beginning, before I became a travel agent, I didn't really have social media. I had Facebook, and that was pretty well it. But now, 4 years later, I have every social media that's out there, okay? Because I've learned that that's the way that my clients find me, is through my social media posts. So definitely try out social media if you can, okay? But there are other ways. Maybe you can do email marketing. You can do attraction marketing. You can join networking groups and start gaining clientele that way. Or maybe you can do a vendor booth. There's a lot of different vendor shows and things to that extent. Maybe you want to get into bachelor, bachelorette, wedding, like destination weddings, honeymoons. Do a bridal show and, put up a booth there and have your clientele find you that way. So there's a lot of different options for you in order to market your business. But, and like I said, we have a lot of different marketing training, but definitely utilize the training that we do have for you. Now, we give you everything that you need to start your business strong here, okay? You will actually receive a personalized travel agent website right at the very beginning. As soon as you decide to become a travel agent, you have your travel agent website. You don't have to do anything except for 3 things to it. And that is upload a picture of yourself, write a short little bio about yourself, and put your contact information so people know how to get in contact with you. Other than that, everything is maintained by Archer Evolution. Now, they will upload different promos and things like that on it. Now, if you are a travel blogger or anything and you have your own pictures, you're more than welcome to put them on the website, okay? And kind of customize it. But if you want to be like, yeah, take over, they will totally take over for you and maintain that website for you. You'll also have direct access to all of those big name travel suppliers. Like I stated before, whatever your clients want to do, there is a supplier for it. So maybe they want to go on an African safari, or they want to go on a rail tour, or a bus tour, or, European travel. There's a supplier for it, okay? There's hundreds of different suppliers. You'll also receive your certification. Now, the certification is good for Archer Travel only, okay? So you can't get your certification and then go and build your own brick and mortar, okay? But certification process is very, very simple. It is 8 short videos. We actually call them modules. And they're about 5 minutes long. So you'll go in, you'll watch video 1, and after the video, then you have a 3 to 5 question quiz. You receive 70% or higher, and you move on to module 2, and so forth, okay? Once you've completed all 8 of them with 70% or higher, you have your certification, all right? Very, very simple. Should only take you about 45 minutes to an hour and a half. Does depend on your distractions and all that, though. Okay. You also have tons and tons of training. Not only do we have our corporate trainings, as you can see down here, we do those every single day, but we also put out a daily live training schedule in our chats every single day. All of our trainings are done on Zoom. We have everything from booking Q&As to new agent Q&As. And as a new agent, you're going to have questions. So just jump on, ask a senior travel trainer, and they'll be happy to help you, whatever it might be. Maybe you need help, registering for a supplier or setting up different forms, or maybe you need help, with your socials. A senior travel trainer will definitely help you. Even if you don't have any questions, jump on the trainings and just listen. Because I know sometimes people that do this, they are at work, but they can, put a headphone in and still keep doing their 9 to 5 job, but, can listen to Q&As all the time and they're still learning everything. So definitely jump on those trainings. That's why they're there, because we want to help you succeed in this business. You also have that Evo Plus wholesale website for instant commissions. One thing I did not mention before, you can actually use Evo Plus for your own personal travel too. And a lot of us do that. So we get highly discounted travel just by using the wholesale prices. Um, Obviously, you're not going to charge yourself an instant commission on those. Okay. So like that Venetian, I could have went there for a little over $1,000 for 5 nights. So not too shabby. You also have different travel perks, everything from being invited on FAM trips. Now, FAM does stand for familiarization. It does not stand for family. But these are highly, highly discounted trips for travel agents only. And a lot of times what will happen is you'll go and you'll visit a destination, you'll stay at one resort, and then you'll go visit 4 or 5 other resorts. And whenever you're visiting the resorts, you're meeting with sales staff, seeing the location of the resort, the layout of it, different room categories, taking lots of pictures and videos for your socials. You're really just educating yourself better about the resort so you can sell it better to your clients. You'll also have a chance to earn your own IATAN industry card. Now, before I said that we always use Archer's licensing numbers, which is attached to IATAN, okay? What Archer Travel has, what they know is that when you have your own IATAN card, it gets you exclusive discounts, okay? Everything from 80% off of selected flights, hotels, car lines. So they wanted us as agents to be able to utilize those perks too. So what they have come up with is if you earn $5,000 in paid out commissions within a rolling year, you will actually earn your own IATAN industry card. So because it is a rolling year, I actually have my card here and I will show you it just so you can kind of know what it looks like. I am going to cover my licensing numbers though, okay? But this is kind of what the card looks like, okay? It will always have your picture on it. It'll have IATA, IATAN up here. But it's just another credential for you to have. And mine is good from June to June. So I got it in June of 2025. So mine's good until June 2026. But it doesn't really say, oh, it does. It does have valid through at the bottom underneath my licensing numbers. But that is when mine is good for. You can earn it whenever. Okay. So maybe you're like February to February or whatever it might be. But that's just a great card to have. And it really shows people that, hey, you book a lot of travel. Okay. You'll also have an opportunity to obtain your CLIA membership. Now, CLIA stands for Cruise Line International Association, where IATAN is anything that is land and air. CLIA is anything that is water. So that's your ocean cruises, your river cruises, and all the excursions that go with it. But your CLIA membership, it is an optional membership that you can do if you wish, okay? It is good for a full calendar year, so it is good January 1st to December 31st. But I always make sure that I get it just because I sell a lot of cruises, and with cruises, you can have bonus commissions. And I've seen bonus commissions anywhere from $25 extra to $100 extra. And I don't like to leave money on the table. So that is why I always get my CLIA card. So I can have those extra commissions. But it is is something that you do have to pay for. It is $89 for a full year. Okay. Ron Archer actually sits on the board of CLIA, and we're a premier organization. So because of that, we actually get a $50 discount. So normally it is $139. Is that right? Yeah. $139. I'm like, 89 plus 50. Um, so, but this is actually what the card looks like. Oh, there we go. It will also have your picture on it. It will also have the year on it up here. It'll always have Embark ID. I am covering my licensing numbers again, and it always has CLIA down here. Okay. But this is kind of what the card looks like. I always make sure that I have it. So I've had 4 cards now since I've been in this business for 4 years. But it is definitely something that is nice to have because it's just another credential. But you have everything you need here to start your business strong. Okay. And just to keep that business growing. Now, as I stated before, I did a lot of research before I became a travel agent. I looked at different host agencies, but I also looked at doing my own brick and mortar. I was like, what all would I have to do if I did do my own brick and mortar? And I found out really quickly that there was a lot. And so if you guys don't mind here, I'm going to share a little bit about what I found out. I actually found out that I would have to become an LLC or a corporation. I would have to get a city business license. I'd have to get my own E&O insurance, my liability insurance. And that's one nice part is we are actually under Archer Travel's multi-million-dollar E&O policy. So that was nice. Wouldn't have to do that, have to get that. I'd have to deal with all the legal fees. I'd have to get my own IATAN certification, join a consortia, which we are a part of Travel Leaders Network, just because we are a part of Archer. I have to join all of those professional organizations like CLIA, get my seller of travel license, do my own website, maintain my own website, do all the marketing tools. I'd have to talk to every single supplier and start building relationships with them. So like Archer Travel has already done that. Like, so they have gone to every supplier, and that supplier goes, so how much do you think you're going to sell in travel in a year? And Archer Travel would be like, oh, well, $80,000 worth, and more than that, trust me. And they'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Well, we'll pay this amount in commission to you, this percentage. So I don't have to do that. I didn't have to do that because Archer Travel's already done all of that. But then I'd also have to learn everything on my own. So it was a lot. And I was just like, well, I don't have that kind of time, not with 3 kids. And I definitely don't have the money to do that. So I decided to go with a host agency. I'm so happy I went with Archer Travel because after learning some of the other things with some of the other host agencies, it was just my number one. They are so family oriented. They really care about us as a family. They take care of us. They have our back through everything. So Archer Travel, I'm in love with them. But no, they're one of the best things that I ever did. But does it cost something to be a travel agent? Yeah, you're starting a business. Okay. So yes, it's going to cost something. But it is not going to cost $10,000 to $50,000 a year. But we do love to give options around here. So I actually have 3 options for you to start your journey as a travel agent. The first one I'm actually going to talk about is the one in the middle. Okay. It's called our Evo Essentials. Okay. With your Evo Essentials, you get that 80% commission. You get that wholesale booking engine, the highest commissions in the industry. You get that website that's created and maintained for you, your certification, all the travel perks, access to all of the suppliers, marketing and travel booking training, and you have a mentor there to guide you every step of the way. Now, this one, the enrollment does cost $89.99, okay? And then every single month, you will be charged $89.99. And that is your overhead. That's to maintain your business, keep your licensing good, your insurance good, all of that. Okay. Now that's the big one in the middle. Now we're going to jump over to Evo Bundle. These two kind of go together. Okay. With Evo Bundle, you get everything that is in Evo Essentials, but you get some extras. and they're personally for you as a travel advisor. So if you're a huge traveler yourself, this one might be totally for you because you also get $500 in cruise credits, $150 in hotel credits, $100 in flight credits, and $250 in dining credits for you to personally use. Definitely use them. Okay. You also get a convention ticket valued at $350. Every single year we have a convention, different bunch of suppliers come in. Last year we had over 40 suppliers that we got to talk to. They trained us, all of that. You get to meet people from the home office, people from the team. And in 2026, our convention is going to be in Hawaii. So it is definitely something that you do not want to miss. So if you have a chance to go, definitely do. You'll also have an entry into next month's drawing for a Hawaii trip. And that is always drawn on our founders call every single month. Now the Evo bundle is $299 enrollment, but it's valued at $1,350. Okay. It also has that $89.99 monthly. Now, if you are there and you're like, well, I don't know if this is going to totally work. I want to kind of test the waters. If you're that kind of person, Evo Basics might be for you. Because with Evo Basics, you get everything that's in Evo Essentials except for one thing, okay? And that is the commission is different. So your commission with Evo Basics is actually 50% instead of 80%. But if you do it and you try it out and, a month or two, you're like, oh, wow, this is really working. You can boost up to that Evo Essentials. And then you can start having that 80% commission. Okay. So if you just kind of want to test the waters, Evo Basics might be for you because it does have a $49.99 enrollment and a $49.99 monthly. Okay. So whatever one that you choose, though, you do have a 10-day money back guarantee. So if you decide, no, this really isn't for me, within 10 days, you go into your back office, you click cancel account, and then you follow the directions on the email that's sent to you, and you will receive your enrollment back, okay? If it's within that 10 days. Now, we also have a profit guarantee. We ask that you give this a year. Okay, you're growing a business here. A business takes time to grow. So we ask that you give it a year. And in that 12 months, if your earnings and your travel savings don't equal the investment that you put into it, Evolution will actually match the difference, and you get to keep your business. Now, obviously, there's some things here, okay? You can't sit back, twiddle your thumbs, and say, nope, didn't work, all right? But if you are actually working your business within that 12 months, and your earnings and travel savings don't equal, hey, you get to keep your business and you get your money back, okay? Or you get the difference back. We also, I'm going to kind of talk about this a little bit here, okay? Because I like to be transparent all the time. I am going to talk about our residual income. This is a completely optional side of the business. You can decide to do it. You can decide not to do it. But we all kind of have residual bills every single month, right? We all have our electric bill, our phone bill, rent, mortgage, whatever it might be. So instead of a residual bill, now you can have a residual income. And the way the residual income actually works is it works off of a profit pool. You'll see a lot of different corporations have profit pools. And you'll see that they are usually passed out at the end of the year as a yearly bonus, okay? Now, with Archer Travel, ours is passed out every single month instead of as a yearly bonus. But the way that it works is if you decide to mentor someone, okay, that you want to share this business opportunity with someone, if you decide to do that, you can actually be a part of the residual income and be a part of that profit pool. It's just another way for you to earn an extra income, okay? Now, if you are interested in it, talk to the person that invited you here, okay? They'll talk more about it. They'll open up training for you, all of that. If you don't want anything to do with it, don't worry about it, okay? We look at ourselves like we are travel agents first and foremost, and that's where most of us make all of our money, okay? Or most of our money. So definitely, if you're interested, talk it out with someone. So you have multiple streams of income all in one place. You have that instant commissions using Evo Plus. You can earn the 80% travel commissions on travel bookings, 50% if you're doing basics. You have that residual income from sharing in the company's profit pool if you decide to opt into that side also, okay? You can also leave a legacy here. So we never know when our last day on earth is going to be, all right? But we can actually choose a beneficiary of our choice. The person does have to be 18 or older. But if anything would ever happen to you, then that person, they would still receive all of your travel commissions. And if you opted into the residual side of the business, they would keep receiving all of your residual pay. Okay. We also do a scholarship every single year. Now there are some little things like can't have no lapse in your account for 6 month period, must be executive, and must be currently in high school or college. And we are huge, huge supporters of MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. We do a lot of benefits and fundraisers and things to that extent with them. All right. So quick recap, you can choose your enrollment package, basics, essentials, or bundle. 30 days after signing up and every month after, it is $89.99 with the essentials in the bundle, $49.99 with the basics. You do have that 10-day money back guarantee on all three of them. You can cancel at any time. There's no cancellation fees. We understand life happens, okay? So sometimes you need to just take a break. That's perfectly fine. Like I stated before, go in your back office, click cancel account. You won't be charged again. And if you decide to come back, then you would just log right back into your back office and pay the enrollment fee again. Okay. That is all that I have. See, look, man, I'm under 35 minutes. That is all that I have for you. Okay. If you guys have any questions, go ahead, please put them in the chat box. I'll be happy to answer anything. If you have no questions at all, that's perfectly fine too. If you need to speak to someone, talk it over with someone, like a significant other or anything, that's okay. All I ask is that you please reach out to the person that invited you. Let them know, hey, I got to talk it over with so-and-so, or whatever. Because, don't ghost them. They're humans. So, be kind to them. But any questions that you all have, feel free to drop them in the chat. I am going to go ahead and stop recording.